Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I appreciate your time. Thank you for watching. A tyrant has been allowed to continue to tyrant. And I wanted to tell you all about it first thing in the morning, because if you're like me and you're having your morning coffee or your second coffee now, you're going to be angry. So hold on to your hats for this one. The sponsor of today's video is Blackout Coffee. Blackout Coffee, we have the best coffee on the planet. And for those who are saying, he said we, yes, I am one of the owners. And you can save 10% with my code GNG10 when you go to blackoutcoffee.com/GNG. We have tons of different types of roasts of coffee, over 30 different flavors. We do ground whole bean K-cup. If you don't like coffee, we do loose leaf tea. We have several flavors. We also do hot chocolate. We have several flavors. Check us out. You can get some of our cool swag there as well. blackoutcoffee.com/GNG. All right, let's go to New Mexico. Like, this is it's funny, you know, with everything happening in the world right now, with people paragliding and you know, hand gliding over walls and doing atrocities here in this country, where we have people who are hell-bent on disarming the populace. So we're going to go to New Mexico. We're going to talk about Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham. Last night, there was a decision made in the preliminary injunction for or against Michelle Lujan Grisham's suspension of the Second Amendment. What do you mean, Jared? I haven't been watching your videos regularly like I should. So she, the governor, she said there was a public health emergency because a kid got shot. And she suspended the Second Amendment, both open carry and concealed carry, in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and Bernalillo County, the most populous area in the state. And there was also a bunch of other things in there that if certain amounts of people went to the hospital with gunshot wounds, or there were a certain amount of reports taken with guns and stuff like that, then that area would be also in the Nazi Germany list of you can't carry a gun there because of Michelle Lujan Grisham. So all the groups, you name them, they all sued. There were 5 different lawsuits merged into one, and a temporary restraining order was issued. Why? Because Michelle Lujan Grisham suspended the Constitution because she felt so. She felt it needed to happen. All right, so then after the temporary restraining order, Michelle Lujan Grisham said, you know, I'm going to lose this case. Let me just change it. I'm going to tweak it. And she tweaked that order to only include public parks and playgrounds, you know, because of the kids. And we had our hearing last week, I think it was, and the judge in the hearing sounded like a very sympathetic to the cause of, you know, gotta do something. Well, yesterday the judge came down with his decision, and the judge said that there was going to be no preliminary injunction because the case is moot, because the governor changed the original order. It's not that broad, expansive order anymore, so it's moot. And the judge also, in part of his explanation, he hearkened back to the adoption of, wait for it, not the Second Amendment in 1791. Like the Supreme Court said, anytime a government infringes on the Second Amendment, the government must prove that their law, their infringement, their restriction is consistent with this country's history and tradition of firearm regulation at the time or adoption of the Second Amendment. Also consistent with the text of the Second Amendment. And in nowhere will you find that if a governor gets a hair up her ass, then she can suspend the United States Constitution's Second Amendment because she feels like it. And during this process, it came out that, you know what, the governor is going to extend it another 30 days and then look at it at that next point to see if they'll extend it another 30 days. So that would be a 90-day suspension of your right to keep and bear arms at a time when everybody across the world is saying that today, the 13th, Friday the 13th, that there is a call to a national jihad by the leader and founder of Hamas. So at a day where people could be at risk, could be at heightened risk, they want to disarm you. But the judge said, nope, not going to have it. And as of right now, her ban on the rights to keep and bear arms in public parks and playgrounds is alive. There's going to be, I feel like there'll be an appeal. I really think that the groups, all of them, are involved in this. I think they're going to fight this because that is still an infringement. But Jared, sensitive places. Yep, sensitive places. It is one of the weaknesses of the decisions we've had in Heller, and also mentioned again in Bruin. However, that's exactly what these anti-gunners are holding on to. They find the weakness and they try to exploit it. And that's what those 6 states who have post-Bruin bills are doing. And Massachusetts has the worst one in the country, worst bill I've ever seen, and they just had their public hearing. And now we're going to wait to see if their legislation, the legislators have the cojones to do what's right. And I know that they don't. It's so bad, even all of the chiefs of police in the whole Commonwealth voted not to support that bill. So all of the chiefs of police have said we're not supporting it. Yet the Attorney General wants it, the legislature wants it, and the governor, believe me, she wants it. So, guys, I'm here to tell you that our rights are not given to us by some liberals. We don't get our rights from them. So I'm telling you that you have a right to keep and bear arms. I suggest you exercise your rights, all of your rights, not just the ones that people like more than others. And I forgot to mention, the judge used the 14th Amendment, 1868, as his excuse to dismiss the case. Yeah, not a good start to the day when you hear that, but when you have some blackout coffee, man, it makes everything better. I appreciate y'all. Be safe, stay vigilant, and carry a gun to keep you, your friends, your family, your community safe. Subscribe to this channel if you want to stay in the know, and hit that link down below if you want the best coffee in the world. If you don't believe me, I'll give you 10% off just to try it. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.